I'm gonna be so real. Before we start this video, I looked all over my house. I looked everywhere, and I simply cannot find my Famicom nor any of the hookups. So sorry, I want to do real hardware, but my regular NES is not reliable enough to do a video like this. And my other equipment is just not it. You know, I need the Famicom, and it's not here. So we're gonna stick to the emulators this time. Sorry. So the game we're doing today is gonna be a game called Burger Time. And Burger Time sits in a weird spot in my mind with like other food games like Fast Food for the Atari 2600. That's a really silly game. I just, for some reason, this game and that game are just together in my mind. So Burger Time is a game by Data East. And I was doing some research on it, and there actually isn't too much information on the development of this. Maybe I didn't spend too long, but apparently the original arcade game was outsourced to another company. I think they're called SAS. I'll put the source for that in the description of this video. And I believe that Data East actually published this, developed this one themselves, and it seemed like that they published it in the US, but in Japan it was published by Namco through the Namcot brand. So yeah, that's about it for Data East. Let's see if the game is worth keeping. So Burger Time is a single-screen arcade game from 1982. Where you play as the chef, and you have to make these burgers by climbing ladders and walking across the different parts of the burger: the meat, the lettuce, and the buns. All this time, you're being chased by these food items. I believe that's a sausage, and I believe that is an egg, right? A sunny side up egg, I believe. And you're getting chased, and you know, it's a pretty simple game loop, and I think it could be fun. And I mean, it takes a little bit of getting used to figure out like the enemy AI, and I found the game very difficult generally. However, the one thing that I really didn't like about the game is that when you're on ladders, like, you can't jump at all. And when you're on ladders, you kinda can get stuck on a ladder. Like, if I'm on a ladder on a platform, it's like a very small window that you have to see the sprite to know that you're on the platform. If you're not on the platform, you can't get off the ladder. Even if you're 1 pixel above the ladder or 2 pixels above the ladder, you still can't get off from the ladder. And I died a number of times just to that alone. And that is kind of why I don't like it that much. So I'm gonna be honest. The sound effects are nice, very old school. It fits right at home on the early Famicom games list. And you know, I gotta hold on. Let me see when this game came out. Okay, this is a 1985 NES release, and 1985 in Japan, 1987 in America. That's rough for America. That's kind of rough for a game like this. I mean, I guess it was a popular game, so I'm not too mad at it. But 1985, you know, this game is already kind of like Nintendo's Popeye, and that was a launch title. But it is an arcade port, so I'm not mad at it. But yeah, generally, Burger Time is it's very old, and that ladder issue is killing me. Like, if I was remaking this game, I would make sure that the player snaps to the platform, or the player can jump off the ladder. Maybe not too high, so if you're less than halfway up a ladder, then you could jump off. But you can't like jump from platform to platform. Let's be like Donkey Kong, right? I think that would be fair. The sound effects are nice. The music is catchy. Last time I had a problem with the simple music, but that's because it was kind of a big game. This is not a big game, so I have no issue with the cute theme. The sound effects were nice and satisfying. It was satisfying to like walk across the patties and have them kind of bounce all the way down. I'm sure that there's definitely a method to this. But either way, I'm gonna sell it. Burger Time has to go. I'm sorry, chat. Burger Time has to go.